Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon at the top of the page to get notified when I post a new video. Please give this video a thumbs up to help the channel grow. Universal Channeling. Channeling the conscious universe for the new world consciousness. Arcturian Group Message December 31, 2023. Welcome dear readers, and welcome also to a new year in which almost everyone will see and experience personal and global change as well as a few surprises, some welcomed and some not. The energy of the whole planet is shifting and changing as collective consciousness becomes increasingly more receptive to the idea of oneness, which even when understood only from the three-dimensional level contributes to the awakening of world consciousness. The world is moving into a vibration that more closely represents the reality of Earth, and those living on her. You may ask, then why the world seems to be getting worse rather than better? Because when judging by appearances that seems to be true. Everything born out of duality and separation consciousness must first be seen, in order to be rejected, changed, and finally eliminated from the collective belief system. Frequencies of duality, separation, and the belief in powers separate from God, overshadow the three-dimensional earth like a blanket of fog, influencing how God's perfect expressions are seen and understood. Incarnating into three-dimensional energy from the higher vibrations of the other side can be a very difficult experience, especially for children and teens who still resonate with the higher vibrations that they left behind, often causing them to feel like an outsider. Over time, every person eventually adjusts to the denser three-dimensional energies of Earth, where it becomes reality and they find it difficult to believe that there is anything other than what they see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. Once established in human form on Earth, most find it very difficult to change that which is now familiar, comfortable, and somewhat controlled, even if, or when life becomes seriously difficult. When an individual is ready for the next phase of their spiritual journey, which may even be part of their pre-birth contract, but refuses to leave behind that which has become known and comfortable, the higher self will often step in with a wake-up call, some physical, emotional, mental, or even spiritual situation that serves to push them to new levels of awareness. Earth is a spiritual universe, peopled with sons and daughters of God, and not a piece of dirt to be used and abused while housing fragile and impotent human beings. Because Earth, as well as all other planets and those living on them, are expressions of one, the sacred energy of oneness is always a seeking alignment with all forms of itself. The ideas, expressions, qualities, and manifestations of this one omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient reality called God can never be changed, eliminated, or even affected in any way by the plots, plans, and false beliefs of three-dimensional minds. God knows no opposite. Divine consciousness/God is the only reality, but until recognized, accepted, and integrated into personal consciousness, it simply remains unavailable. It is like someone living in extreme poverty, unaware that they have a bank account full of money. The three-dimensional consciousness believes that everything can be controlled through force, laws, manipulation, lies, and human action, etc., but is now learning and will continue to learn that it cannot. Human living, as you have been taught and experienced, is nothing more than living from and being subject to universally accepted concepts about everything. Know that good appearances are every bit as illusory as bad appearances. Both are simply the two ends of a long duality stick. Cease giving power to good appearances while at the same time attempting to eliminate the bad ones. Learn to translate all appearances into the spiritual reality that underlies them. If you find yourself coming into some form of abundance, don't simply rejoice in the abundance itself, but rather rejoice in the fact that you are experiencing your own self-sustained completeness in material form. When you see a baby, know that it not really a baby, but is a soul as old as God. Divine consciousness individualized. When you become aware of pain, suffering, war, and violence, know that you are witnessing the creations of hypnotized states of consciousness, unaware that they are actually one with those they see as the enemy. This does not mean that jails are superfluous or that you can never enjoy the beauty, love, joy, and good things of life on Earth. Jails are needed at this time because individuals only hear and learn from that which aligns with their state of consciousness, although three-dimensional penal systems often misuse their power. Joy is a spiritual quality, allow it to flow to you, and from you freely without guilt. Everything is spiritual because you cannot make something out of nothing. Where would the substance to make anything come from, if the only substance that exists is divine consciousness? The material world consists of conditioned mind interpretations of spiritual reality, and human attempts to heal, fix, and correct it constitute illusion. You have reached a place in your evolutionary journey where continuing to feed and prop up three-dimensional concepts in the belief that you are being loving only serves to hold you in old energy. Because few have as of yet attained the full realization of truth, and because help is available at all levels of awareness, most, even those spiritually evolved at times, need to utilize the tools available. Never pretend a state of consciousness not yet attained, simply because you have an intellectual knowledge of it, but rather live each day from your highest attained state of consciousness. Do not feel guilty about having to call on medical or some alternative healing group, but first always listen for the guidance of your intuition rather than simply following current belief and the opinions of those around you. Allow your intuition to guide you toward what is right for you, be it a physical, emotional, mental, or even spiritual need. Try not to get so seriously involved that you feed an issue with power and reality, and always remembering that God cannot form itself as anything other than itself regardless of appearances. Hold truth in your heart as you go about your ordinary tasks, and gradually it will become your state of consciousness, able then to manifest in, as, and through every aspect of your life which is its life. You came to Earth prepared to live from your evolved state of consciousness, to see through, and clear any remaining old energies, and in the process help to lift and open Earth's collective consciousness, making ideas of truth accessible to all. Never doubt that there is a divine plan. You are at the start of what will be a powerful year. For many, it will be a year of completions that may or may not involve situations of personal chaos. Allow whatever comes along without resistance, but rather in the realization that your journey is being guided by your higher self, who knows exactly what you need, are ready for, and when. The world as you have known it is collapsing under the weight of its own illusions, in order that at some point the earth of God's creating can be seen and experienced. War, suffering, lack, and limitation have no divine law underlying them, and are sustained and maintained only by the false energies that mankind continues to feed them. The three-dimensional world is like a movie, or play that feels completely real as you watch. The curtain is starting to come down, and theater lights are turning on, but only as the audience recognizes that they are watching a play. I have never been, could never be, and will never be anything other than what I am in this now moment, unless I believe otherwise. Let 2024 be a year of living this at all times, and you will be doing what you came to do. We are the Arcturian Group. December 31, 2023.